Welcome to the first ever Riverdale's Women's Celebration. We have received so many nominations telling the stories of amazing women in our community who strive to make a difference each and every day.
And it's an honor to be here in the Riverdale Temple. Today we're going to highlight all the amazing women in our community.
Today is a very special day because today is March 8th, which is International
Women's Day.
So join us on our journey to spotlight these amazing women in our community who make a difference.
Follow our story.
Maureen Kelly was a lifelong Riverdale resident. She was the happiest here with her family and her friends. Maureen had raised 2 children, Billy and Shannon, by herself since her husband passed away in 2004. Billy and Shannon are humbled and thankful that their mother is being honored in this documentary of strong, influential women. Maureen was known in the community as Mom, Maureen, Whitey, and the unofficial mayor of Riverdale. Some even call her a legend. She dedicated her entire life to serving this community that she loves so much. She ran the North Riverdale Baseball League for over 2 decades, volunteered at countless school and community functions, and spent her final years on Earth working every shift she could pick up at Downey's Bar and Grill. Maureen went to great lengths to make sure that people here were taken care of and, most of all, happy. Behind the scenes, she was just as generous. Most notably, she fronted money each year so that kids could play in the baseball league regardless of their income. And one year, she even cleared the Christmas list of numerous neighborhood families. Maureen truly was a friend to all, and she is already missed so dearly by her friends, family, and this community of Riverdale. Thank you, Maureen, for paving the way.
Miss Betty Campbell Adams saw herself as part of the fabric of the community, working with and donating to organizations such as Van Cortlandt Park Alliance, the National Action Network, the Van Cortlandt Track Club, and the Children's Organization Project, the Female 5 Club Fitness Club, and many more. Her dedication to Lloyd's legacy helped build the brand to its peak, gaining local, national, and international attention with features at WCBS New York, the Riverdale Press, the Amsterdam News, the Daily News, the New York Times, the Food Network, O Magazine, the New Yorker, and most recently, Bon Appetit, just to name a few. Riverdale remains eternally grateful to Mr. Adams and Mrs. Betty Campbell Adams. Generosity and tenacity. They will always be the heart and soul of Riverdale, and we honor them today and every day.
Hi, I'm Johanna Edmondson, founder of the Female 5 Club non-for-profit organization to empower women through fitness. Born in the Dominican Republic and raised in Washington Heights, I am a 2-time children's author and former local director of a children's center in the area. Mother, sister, and wife is what brings us to this amazing celebration to us unified and highlight all the amazing women. At FFC, we talk about what matters to women. We support them against domestic violence, and we support them against breast cancer for breast cancer awareness. And of course, unifying nutrition with fitness is what our goal is. Today, I put down my gloves to unify all the women of this community.
My name is Laura Levine Pinedo, and I am the founder and director of the 4BRONX Project. The 4BRONX Project is a grassroots community project based out of Riverdale in the Bronx, New York. I have worked in the restaurant industry for over 18 years, and because of this, I have met so many amazing people and decided to do something to give back to the community, which has helped me so much. I was born and raised on 238th Street and Review Place, and as the daughter of a disabled veteran, I understand what it is to struggle here in the Bronx. It has been my mission to improve the daily lives of the people here in my borough. We have done various clothing collections. We have done lunches for the veterans in the local hospitals. We have done many events in our local shelters, including domestic violence shelters. I am also very dedicated to community building, and we have done many programs here in Riverdale to try to get the community closer together. The 4BRONX Project strives to promote diversity and create a more inclusive community here in Riverdale. So join us as we celebrate these women and we hear their stories on how they make this community a better place each and every day.
My name is Helen Crim, and I've lived in Riverdale since 1996. I'm on the Board of Trustees. I work with the Buildings and Grounds Committee, and I work in the Social Action Committee. The Social Action Committee at Riverdale Temple has been devoting most of our energy this year to collections of clothing for refugees coming to New York City and to New York State. My primary passion is healthcare. I deeply believe that healthcare is a human right, that every human being has a right to access to healthcare. In our society, healthcare is a product. It's considered like washing machines or tomatoes, subject to supply and demand. And as a result, there are many people, especially in the Bronx, that have no access to comprehensive health care. There is a bill in the legislature. It's called the New York Health Act, and I have been advocating for it for the last 5 or 6 years. I deeply believe that we belong in a society and that we all benefit from that society and that we owe something to that society. There is a public good. There are things that we do, like pay for a fire department, pay for a police department, and we should also pay for health care. These are things that, as members of a society, we owe to each other. In every single group that I am a part of that does volunteer work, and that's a lot of groups, 4 out of 5 people in that group are women. They are women who are, admittedly, most of them are retired, but we also have about 25% who are working women, raising families, and trying to make the community better for them and for their children. Women care. Women have the energy and the commitment that is what makes this community a very special place to live. And we all want to make it better.
Hi, I'm Madeline Ritter, and I've been in Riverdale for 28 years. I'm currently the president of the Riverdale Choral Society. It's a neighborhood choral group. We currently have over 50 members. We do 2 concerts a year. We rehearse and perform at Christ Church Riverdale, and we do mostly traditional choral canon, and occasionally, including this semester, we're doing a new work called The World Beloved, a Bluegrass Mass, which is beautiful and fun to sing and fun to listen to. Community is my passion. I was trained as a cultural anthropologist, and about 20 years ago I joined the synagogue here for the first time in my life, and I became the president and found that I could organize people and get them to feel comfortable within that community, and I've taken that skill and put it to use in other organizations and communities that I've become part of. I founded the Riverdale chapter of Bend the Arc, which is a Jewish progressive organization, and we do issues campaigns. We've worked on bail reform, on parole justice reform, on immigration rights campaigns, and my passion is to get other people involved and excited about doing good in the community and in the world. I've since become active with people who are active in the organization called RAP, Release Aging People in Prison, where we fight to end the school to prison pipeline and fight for the rights of mostly brown and black people who are on the wrong end of our unfair carceral system.
My name is Joelle Lynch, and I have lived here in Riverdale my entire life. I am one of the co-owners of Tree Army, and we are a veteran-owned and operated tree removal company here in New York City, and we are based here in Riverdale. My husband and I founded this company on the principle of helping veterans reintegrate into the community. Not all injuries are ones that we can see. Not all illnesses are ones that we can see. And this is not just for women, but also for men, anyone really. We're all fighting battles that no one knows about behind closed doors. And we never know what somebody is going through in the darkness. So if you can bring just a little bit of light to somebody, that's a gift that you just keep giving. I would say this to my younger self, and I hope that this speaks to some young women out there, but don't be afraid. Don't let fear control you or consume you. If there's something that you want to do, follow your dream. And don't hesitate, don't wait, because youth is wasted on the young. And if you want to join the military, if you feel the call to serve, if you feel the call to do something for your community or do something for somebody else, do it. I mean, there's so many things that you can do just to help your neighbor. Do it. We need kindness in this world.
My name is Virginia Crompinger, and I started coming to Riverdale in 2017, and then we ended up buying an apartment in 2019. Through the Ben Franklin Club, I was elected president of it in 2022. I really wanted to make it my own and use it as a platform to do something positive for the community, both politically, but also by doing something non-political and really showing off the generosity of the community. I think that I have had the opportunity to support a lot of wonderful people, and they are the reasons that I'm here. I teamed up with Merritt Claude, and she was collecting clothes for asylum seekers, and we were delivering those through the Community Education Council to PS 16, which is in our district. And there were so many children and parents of children who had been bused here, you know, against their will in many cases, and they were stuck here. They had no clothes, they had flip-flops for shoes. It was about to be freezing outside. So, you know, Merritt just kept pushing and pushing and saying, we need to collect more, we need to collect more. When you have an opportunity, if you have a leadership opportunity, take it, make it your own, and don't make excuses for yourself. Don't issue disclaimers. Don't say, you know, I don't know if I'm good enough for that, or I don't, you know, okay, I'll take the position, but I just want you to let you know, that I haven't done this or that. No, that's not what you're there to do. What you're there to do is say, okay, these are the qualities that I bring to the table. This is my vision for how I can impact my community and support it and be generous and encourage other people to be generous, or whatever is important to you. And do that. Believe in yourself. Know that you are being asked for a reason to do something, and you have an opportunity, and take it.
I am Roberta Todd, and I moved into Riverdale in 1999. Since my retirement, I've been able to put a lot of my energy into activities that impact racial justice. I belong to the Anti-Racism Committee of the Diocese of New York. I am active with Northwest Bronx Community Clergy Coalition, and I also, at Christ Church Riverdale, I'm involved with the Social Justice Ministry. I have also been involved in community activity, and it started mainly with this church right here that we're filming in, and that's Church of the Mediator. We started working with a lot of people in the community to have a green fair. In that fair, I got to meet a lot of people in Riverdale by participating in this green fair. I was a coordinator. My career, I'm a project manager, and I used those skills when I was retired to make sure that we had an excellent fair. Even though it seems that you're not going to make a difference in doing something, that everything counts, that your signature counts, you're speaking to our elected officials and giving and sharing your opinion counts. So I would say to women that we should let our voices be heard.
The founders of the Friendly Fridge are Selma Raven and Sarah Allen. They started the fridge several years ago to help the community, to make sure that food waste was redistributed to people, and they've had amazing success ever since they started. It's a really wonderful program that they have here.
We get donations on a regular basis from Atmosphere, which is a school just down the block. And Horace Mann has been donating food. I know we get from the different senior centers. There's the Riverdale Senior Center, and then there's the Y Senior Center. I know they donate food.
I started doing this in the beginning of a pandemic, and I've stuck to it mainly because of the community. The community is so appreciative, and I always feel like I'm doing a small part. But whenever someone comes by and picks up something that's been donated, or they see what's available for people, they're always so thankful. And I always feel bad when they thank me, because I'm just a small part of a huge industrial, or not an industry, but a huge group of people that are coming together to give back in some way. So the fact that the community appreciates so much of something that is really small, and it's not helping a ton of people, but it's helping enough to get them by, whether it's for the week or the day. So their gratitude is what keeps me going.
I really wanted to do something to help the community, especially during COVID. Things have been very, very difficult. Food costs are astronomical right now, and there is so much food waste in this country that I really wanted to help to identify where food was coming from, when food would be thrown out, and find a place for it to go so that people in the community could benefit from delicious, healthy, wholesome food that would otherwise go to a dumpster. And with the help of Selma and Sarah and identifying a lot of community members, we've been able to redistribute food and help a lot of people in this community.
My name is Nina Velasquez, and I've lived in Riverdale for 34 years. I just felt like people needed something to do. And I thought a really easy way to do it in my school community was to make a drawing a day. And it was a really nice practice for me. It was very, every day I had a focus of oh, what am I going to draw today? And then I decided this would be something the kids could do. I didn't want them to make the same thing. So I would make a drawing that I thought was relatable to the kids, but also relatable to adults as a community thing. And then the idea was, here's what I did, here's how I did it. Maybe you want to approach that differently and post your drawing below. And it was always post your drawing below just to see what everybody was doing. I thought it was like a fun little sort of online gallery. And then it spinned into a whole bunch of other things. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with these 365 drawings. My idea was, if I were to draw every day something outside, which I do anyway, but just with more intention as to where I'm putting it, and then photograph sort of the surrounding area without giving too many clues away, and then post it as a scavenger hunt, we'd get our community outside, and it would just be kind of a really fun thing to do. Band together, be kind to each other. It seems like such a simple thing, but it's in practice, if women really band together and sort of hold each other up, I think it's really necessary.
Hi, my name is Suzanne Morrow, and I've been living in Riverdale for almost 45 years now. Today is a special day. I'm collecting an emergency donation for the cats that were taken out of the very tragic events that happened in Yorktown Heights and in Yonkers. But I usually am here once a month collecting donations for animal shelters and the people that feed the feral cats in Riverdale. Since I was a child, I've always loved animals. I was trying to be a veterinarian when I went to college, so I have a warm spot in my heart for animals. Animals have no voice, and we have to be their voice. We have to be the ones that care for them. Animals in shelters do not live a good life. They live a very hard life, and many of them don't find good, loving homes. So I'm happy to do this. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'm retired now from the New York City Board of Education, and this is my project now. I went from children to animals. Find something you absolutely love and be an advocate for anything. It doesn't have to be animals, it could be anything. Just be passionate and help others, be kind, and just find something that you love and do the best you can and start a project like I did.
Unstoppable.
Brilliant.
Committed.
Inspiring.
Passionate. Multitasking.
Intelligent.
Supportive.
Nurturing.
Tenacity.
Essential.
Power.
United.
Resilient.
Fighter.
Caring. Dynamic.
Strength.
Community. So thank you so much for joining us on this amazing journey to celebrate and highlight women here in our community. We want to really appreciate and thank the women who paved the way for us, the women who are actively changing our community every single day, and for the future generation of young women who will make a change in our community of Riverdale.
Those supporters, those sponsors that were there for us at the Riverdale Temple, who actually gave us this beautiful space to celebrate women.
And thank you to the Women of Reformed Judaism for hosting this amazing celebration here, for everybody involved. Thank you to all the women who nominated a special woman that they know in town. So thank you. Now let's go celebrate.